You are with the collective right now. What we call this is impact. The impact you make in your direct community, within your lives, and really looking at developing the world at a low. Food security is always a problem. When I say always a problem, it really is. We shouldn't be having problems like food security issues. There should be enough. We have a world of abundance. And so when we look at people making that difference and bringing that realization to life, that's where we get excited. One of such groups is a collective called Humana People to People in South Africa. We'll be speaking with Tondorai Chikono right now. Very much a program, a charity program, where the look at Humana farmers, where clubs which are mobilizing a massive movement in South Africa and across the continent, where they assist less fortunate people to empower themselves socially, economically, and this through small-scale farming, right? So subsistence farming, hopefully, human capacity development. We speak to Tondorai Chikono now of Humana. Welcome to 2000. Very good to have you in studio this time, sir. Welcome.
Thank you very much, and I would say welcome to your listeners.
Indeed. A good space to share. I think when we look at sustainability, particularly in small to medium development and farming, right? So let's begin at exactly what Humana People to People in South Africa organization is and what the founding principles are.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Humana People to People in South Africa is a national not-for-profit organization that has started work in South Africa in the year of 1995. Okay. And then we started implementing projects in the year of 1997 in Soweto, Doornkop area. But Humana People to People, it's very important to also mention that we are part of a global movement called Humana People to People movement, operating projects in more than 42 countries in the world, basically on most of the continents, and implementing more than 265 projects, some very big and permanent projects in the world.
I like the permanency. And 18 years in South Africa already, that's phenomenal. What other countries are you active in?
We are in Zimbabwe, and we are in Malawi, we are in Zambia, we are in Angola, we are in India, we are in China, we are in Mozambique.
Just about everywhere.
Just about everywhere. In Southern Africa mostly. We cover most parts of Southern Africa with our projects.
As I understand it, Humana Farmers, and there's a Humana Farmers Club, right? The program is about sustainable farming practices and development of small farming enterprises. Is that right?
It is okay. Indeed. You could say, if you will want to look at the statistics from Statistics South Africa sometime in the year of 2001, you would find that it was reported there, captured in that report, that more than 4 million South Africans are connected to peasantry farming, which we now call subsistence farming, for the correct semantics. And we found that there is a need to engage more people to do farming. We want to connect people to their agrarian existence. So we are taking people, organize them and train them to increase their produce both in quantity and both in quality. And quality as well. I
like that, because when you look at quantity, just that world, it's part of our consumer life and culture. But to break it down, the importance of a community sustainability is that direct enterprise development for the small and medium development in farming, right?
It is certainly some sort of enterprise development. Because from our experiences from all these countries, starting from Zimbabwe, where the Farmers Club was founded and established, and it has since grown to these countries I've mentioned, we have realized that you can actually, farmers can grow both in quantity and quality, as I said before, and then they can then sell their surplus. And in that sense, you can say they can be connected to markets, and then they can sell their produce and earn a living from that. So it's sort of self-employment and enterprise development at the same time.
And at the bigger picture, that's direct injection of food into the community. The community doesn't have to buy what's on the shelf, which cuts transport costs and so much more. So it's sustainability at another level.
It is sustainability at that level, at local level, at family level, at community level. And we shouldn't also underplay the role of the subsistence farmer in the growth of the economy and in the growth of food security of a country in South Africa. That's what we have seen happening in other countries, that actually the subsistence farmers, they are contributing more and more to the bread basket, so to speak, of the country.
So within these 18 years of being in South Africa, let's talk success stories, because ultimately, I think there's an idea that we buy up in 18 years. A lot might have changed from buying your products, at your supermarket. Even when you in a rural situation, you will travel to the inner city. Has the perception of farming and agriculture and the ability to have it as an enterprise development or business changed considerably over this period of time?
We are still in the learning curve, so to speak, in South Africa, because we started these farmers clubs in the year of 2012.
All right.
In August, to be precise,
right,
in the Eastern Cape province.
Okay.
In the villages of Eliodale and Mbashi local municipality. And these farmers clubs is 2 projects reaching about 400 people so far engaged in farming, and we have been funded by Mondelez International. Nice. Who gave us money to start that. It's a company, so they just got the money from their CSI coffers and then funded that farmers club. And if we would want to see what has been the effect so far since we started, we have found that people have been trained conservative farming and low cost technology, and this of working together. We believe from our organization's fundamental background or foundation, so to speak, of solidary humanism, people working together collectively, trying to fight challenges in the communities. So people learn of sticking together, working together. They have demonstration plots where they are trained, and then by the project leaders, and then they then go back and replicate what they have trained on their own piece of land, because these farmers, they should have access to a piece of land for them to farm.
We are so in that age. It is collective. It is about how we work together, that integration and synergy of thoughts and concepts and training. Love it, love it, love it. So I need to just ravel in our beautiful land, our soil. What kind of produce comes out of our South African soil, just to really celebrate what we have access to right now?
We have people in the Eastern Cape who are involved in cereal produce,
right?
Like they are growing maize,
right.
And
lots of maize.
We have is one of our success stories since we started. Fairly a short time, but we have already started to count and see the success stories. There's a group of women in our farmers club. Mostly it's women, but it's not like
Beautiful.
We are going for it's non-gender. We would want both men and women be engaged in farming. Nice. So we have a group of women. We have started to grow in their gardens. They're growing spinach and some other vegetables like green pepper, and they are selling now. They've been connected by the project to sell in Boxer Shop in Kanduli, which is a small town closer to where they are producing now. So that's one such fantastic kind of success stories ever since we started. It's not only about nutrition for their family, but now they are selling and earning money. That's self-employment, and according to the government National Development Plan, we are talking of employment creation, promoting that the young people, women, the formerly disadvantaged sectors of the society, that they should come out and do something to better their living.
Another prime example of integration, okay? You
Yes.
said the NDP, we're looking at the Millennium Development Goals, where we look at the sustainability through agriculture and the practice of education and, women and children being fed and supported. Thank you very much for your time this morning. I think an excellent project in growth and strength. So before we finish off, we now speak with your social media specialist for Humana People to People in South Africa, Ulrich Janssen van Vieren. You've got lots of digits we need to know. If people are interested and involved, how do they get involved and utilize the social media platform?
Well, listeners can contact us on our Facebook page, which is Humana People, and on Twitter it is Humana SA, or they can phone us on Johannesburg 011 664 7261.
Give us those digits again.
011 664 7261.
7261. Okay, so on Twitter it's Humana SA. That's HUMANASA. Right. I'm about to ask you what your favorite meal is, but I'm going to leave it there. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We've been speaking to Humana People to People in South Africa, a year in action when it comes to sustainability. Tondarai Chikono, thank you so much, sir, for joining us in studio in Jersey this morning.
Thank you very much for having us in studio today and sharing our experiences, fantastic experiences in South Africa.
Blessed be. May more people be fed. At Humana SA, this is the Collective 2000 FM.